we starting?
Official edition. We talk. Oh, there are some other.
Is the camera on?
I hope so.
I don't know. I didn't turn it on.
I saw the guy. Yes, Mateusz. Ja się wygłupiam. Nie, spokojnie. They never know whether I'm kidding or I'm serious. You know? Me too.
Yes.
I'm not quite
You
clear.
never know either.
I don't know
either.
So this couple, the male couple, is existing or have been existing.
That's right.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Tennis.
Collaborating, existing.
Collaborating
We've been a duo, a
for
folk
30,
duo.
35 years.
Simon and
that's a number.
Garfunkel.
That's quite nice
Seals and
number.
Croft.
Yes.
Penn and Teller.
When we met first, in fact, Richard came with a family with 2 kids. One of them is here. They were very small, not so small.
5.
I think this and then I had 3 kids, and we are running concerts together,
Yes.
family concert with 5 kids
Yeah.
with us. So that was really
fun.
amazing, and that was in part of the Fulbright Senior
Professor.
program, which was also quite important because Richard was following his friend Abramovich from Stanford, from Karma, and then we've got a lot of others: Rodney Rhodes, Sidney
That's
McTee,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
Mark Polishuk. So there were many of them later on. And in fact, too many of you. But if we have time later, we can go to Mateusz studio A4. Most of the stuff is there.
I saw.
The only problem is that it's for 110, 120 now.
Yeah.
No, we've got transformers and so on.
So discover the TG77 with
Yes.
Richard.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
In fact, I remember the moment when Richard came. There was a second or third visit here,
Yeah.
and you took Eric Singer. He's another very important figure.
Yeah.
And well, one of the reasons was that Eric was really awesome, but another one, we are 2 of you, and you could carry more things
Yes.
to the airplane.
Yeah.
So they were on the airport, Krakow airport. They are moving with 2 towers. Really, it was.
No, it was a car full of synthesizers. It was when we unpacked them at Marek's house.
Yes.
The packing went from the floor to the ceiling of just bubble wrap and it was amazing. And they helped us at the airport. It was Luigi Castelli who brought those with me. Luigi. And I don't know, he had some friend, some magic happened. We showed up at the airport with all this extra luggage. This was before shoe bombers and all kinds of craziness. But we showed up, and for some reason someone came out of nowhere and said, "I will help you," and checked all of these things for free. So Berkeley had donated just an entire lab full of stuff. I'm talking about 7 DX72 synthesizers and 4 Kurzweil K250s and just all kinds of MIDI equipment, but a truckload. It took 2 cars to just get it from the airport. And when we brought it in from the airport, it was funny because, of course, at customs, it was like, "What was this?" And I said, I'm Jean-Michel Jarre. I said, "Yes, I'm playing a concert, electronic music like this."
And the sound of Nadal.
Yes, we snuck in.
Yeah.
We just came through. I was like, oh, electronic, okay. And they held us up for a while, and then it was like, oh, just forget it. And it was just a pile of. It was wonderful. And some of it is still here. I just saw it. It was so many memories.
Slide slowly.
Yeah.
In the English style, you know, and I will sit here.
Well, what I will tell you.
Stay alone.
What I will tell you about Stanford is I'm bringing with me another amazing person from Stanford right now. This is Matteo Larea. And Matteo is now finishing his master's at Stanford. He's an AI expert. And he and I have been collaborating for many years. He was one of my proteges. I have 2 of my proteges with me, but I'm learning more from them than they have from me, which is great. And Tyler Kaufman is here, and Tyler is in London. He's a huge record producer, but also very famous science artist, and has won all kinds of competitions with installation art. And so he's got Grammy-nominated records, a phenomenal studio, but also does all kinds of, like you're doing, alternate controller work. So Tyler will be performing with me tonight. Matteo will be performing tonight. And Matteo is going to be giving a lecture right after mine about this new software that he's writing that does soundscaping with AI. It's a phenomenal programming language. We'll be using it a little tonight in one of our performances. So I'm Dr. Richard Boulanger. It's nice to meet you all. It's nice to be back here at the studio in Krakow. I have, as Marek started, so many wonderful memories of making great music here, making great friends here, lifelong friends. Our families have grown very close, and we've done a lot of work together in America and around the world, performances in Chile, and just amazing things, amazing things. And as you know, you're studying with such a great professor. Marek is amazing and has made so many opportunities for so many people around the world. And I'm really excited to be here with my son Philip. I've written a new string quartet for his quartet. When Philip was here, he was 5. And Philip's daughter will be joining us, my granddaughter, and she's 5. So a kind of really beautiful circle. And Philip has been back to play with me a few times as he continued to develop as a player. And one time he came and then he just stayed, you know, and studied with the concert master in Krakow and with the professor here, cello. And so just fantastic. And he's here with the Haven Quartet. They'll be on tonight's concert too, premiering a couple of works of mine, and then ending their concert with Steve Reich's Different Trains, beautiful with some processing. Fantastic. All of you, I'm sure, know the work. But I'm also here, oh, I heard a little noise, sorry, with my collaborator and genius protege, but also amazing. This is Strong Bear, Hung Vo. Hello, Hung Vo, say hello.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
So Hung Vo is from Vietnam, and I will tell you the little story about him before we get started. He wrote most of the software that I'm going to use now and introduce you to, CsoundMeta. Hung Vo came to Berkeley. He's a very successful entrepreneur. He has a major software company. He has 100 employees. He owns a couple of buildings in Vietnam. I didn't know any of this. I meet this person approaches me on the roof of a parking garage at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I'm working with my students, and I'm wondering, thinking, I don't know what's going to happen. He said, I'd like to do my thesis with you. I want to do some VR stuff. And I was like, what? And I had never, so we met out of the blue in a weird circle. Good. I'm in pass-through mode. Now, the nice thing about the Quest 3s is their pass-through mode's phenomenal. Their vision is phenomenal. They're great with glasses. You can keep your glasses on. You can read your watch. You can read your iPhone. You can read and program while you're wearing the Quest 3. They're amazing. The 3S are quite good, almost as good. The 3s are a little better. Are you in yet, Strong Bear?
We're next to you, too.
Oh, look, see this? You see this Strong Bear CEO? You see his hands right there? Okay, so time out. Mateo, are you in?
Not yet.
Okay, 1 second. Let Mateo join. Join the 5G. And we'll do a tiny little demo first so you know what we're doing. Then we'll play the piece. Does that sound okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Strong Bear is in Lakewood, Ohio. And not only can I hand him a sound, play that storm, will you?
Yeah.
Right? So we can play together. We can morph orbs together. We can turn our orbs into wanderers together. We can join virtual worlds and be in the heavens together. And this is full immersive 3D AI generated worlds. The worlds, as you'll see in the piece in a minute, help me tell stories with the sounds that I create. All of these sounds are C-sound sounds. Strong Bear, you could be playing some and hitting them a little bit. Mateo, I'm waiting for you to join. Remember what network we're on. So quit and start again.
5G, and then 172.22.222.
121, whatever, 192, 22, 222, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now,
You don't need zeros here.
I'm not connected to zero tier.
good.
Maybe even try to connect Tyler. If you get it first, then we can switch.
So what's happening here, I'll go back to pass-through mode. I can quickly come and see all of you again. So, you know, we have, did you quit and restart?
Yes.
Okay, let me bring up some audio.
I'm inside if you want to use mine.
Okay. So, we'll wait for Matteo, and then it's nice if we have a little more room. Matteo, you're gonna sit down or stand? What are you gonna? I gotta create a new boundary anyway. Hang on, that's our problem. So let me create a boundary. Hold on, everyone. I want a room scale boundary. Create room scale. So what I'm doing now is I'm creating a boundary that I can play in. It automatically senses the surface and terrain. It asks me to continue. That's my floor height. It says finish. Okay. So now it knows a little bit. I can move around a little while I play, not too much. And it'll show you virtual walls when you step out of them so you don't bump into furniture. And normally it's nice when I have a bigger space. Are you in, Matteo?
You just crashed. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm connecting now.
Okay, hang on. Strong Bear, you look like you might have disappeared. I don't know.
Because when you have to draw the boundary, I got picked up.
Okay, so come back. I'm going to start again. Matteo quit.
Okay.
Okay. So here's our CsoundMeta host screen. I'm hosting. Maybe I'm still casting, so you see that. The anchor is down. I'm in. Wait. Strong
They're
Bear.
playing connected.
Tell me when you've connected. Okay, Strong Bear is here, right there, Strong Bear CEO. And as I was saying, Strong Bear, his company developed all of the ID cards for the country, France, during COVID, and so all kinds of AI things. He's got a huge software scene, and the fact that he dedicated the last year of his studies at Berkeley to developing this software with me and for me is amazing. And we continue to develop it. Matteo, are you in? You haven't co-located correctly.
Yeah.
So quit and start again.
Let's do it.
It is, I'll share the anchor again. If not, you can sit down and we'll just try playing a version.
Yeah, sounds good.
But it might be because you weren't in my boundary or whatever, and my boundary is too small because we might just play sitting down. Huh?
This one's working.
If you want.
Matteo, your head's, oh, he's back, he's in. Shake your hands. Okay, you've co-located.
Good.
Okay, stop. Okay, it looks like we're all here. We're stepping on each other a little bit. See if you can move around. Okay, I'll adjust you so you're not blowing up. But okay, now, everyone, let's begin. I'm going to just do a tiny little demo first. Let me get in the grid. So I can quickly bring up objects. They're called orbs, like this one. Some are generative, some are procedural, some are sample-based. And when you hit them or play through them, you're changing multiple parameters of a C-sound instrument. You can turn an orb into a wanderer that can then fly around. They spatialize when you move them, right? It's using ambisonic audio. You give them a space and they'll kind of move and float around. I'll bring up another random object like fire. I can hand the object to someone. I never liked fire. I can delete an object if I don't like it. I'll bring up this one. Good. And so this is sample based, right? And let's see. You see all the little orbs in front and the top now of the object, everyone? So this allows me to bring up an editor that allows me to edit everything about the sounds, map all my controllers. So let's map my left hand up and down to pitch of this object. Okay, I'll connect. can map any of my hand gestures to any of the parameters of any object, or stop, and just play it through the shape of the orb, okay? So these are our orbs. We have classics, so I'm going to go to my instrument catalog. I've put pretty much 150 classic C-sound compositions into the world. So they're all here. Different pieces. Some of them you're going to hear tonight, actually, in the concert. But I've got all kinds of pieces and compositions from different people. Let's see. Jim Aiken's Groovish is pretty nice. Jim Aiken was the editor of Keyboard magazine for many years, turned into a C-sound guru. I visited Keyboard, wrote an article about C-sound for Keyboard 100 years ago, and hooked him. And he's actually a cellist. And he wrote a C-sound book himself, and this is one of his pieces, which he had forgotten he had written. And I said, hey, Jim, I love your piece. It's in the metaverse. And he said, what piece? I'll send it to you. And so it's doing this little microtonal kind of jamming thing, right? And so all kinds of things. Here's Richard Knight's kind of drum kit, right? And I could add any of these orbs to make a piece. So I can put them in movements. So let's say I bring up this jam, which we're going to play with tonight, that Tyler wrote. Now, you hear what's happening to my voice? Because we have real-time DSP with C-Sound doing processing. Since Tyler owns this cool studio in London, and by the way, it has a view almost this good from a skyscraper there. So this is his jam, and you can have multiple objects with these little pills around that allow you to change presets, start new objects, play them, have them float, hand them off to friends, add effects, right? Boom. Okay, so we'll play more with that in a second, but I want to stop. So let's go to Nothing Pass, and those will all fade away. And we'll start with a piece. Do you have a little understanding, everyone, how it kind of works a little? I have all kinds of control. So we'll play a 7-minute composition now, a mini version of the piece that we'll open the concert with tonight. So that version tonight will have more of us playing, and it's a more extended version. But this we did for Stanford. It's called Under the Stars. So I'm going to go to my composition menu, and I'm going to talk to you more about how we compose in this later. But let's play Stanford Under the Stars. And Matteo and I really put this one together. And Everett is going to join us tonight from Irvine, California. So this was our Stanford performance. When you see an orb like this, a ruby, that's one of the classics that's just running a C-sound piece. So that's that, right? So you get a little sense of what's you get a little sense of what's possible, right?
No, it's all yours.
So, oh, by the way, it does real time, like I said, audio processing and all that. It'll be a little different. Well, it's very different tonight, as you'll see. But so I can create this sound cinema. I can play C-Sound. I can learn and use C-Sound instruments from this huge library in the program. It's open source. It's free. We keep adding more features. It now has samplers and live samplers. We'll be featuring those in a piece tonight that I'm doing with Mateo, combining with his language, dedicated to Tomek Honiewski. Tomek always played with me when I was here. And so I've got a really beautiful piece in the metaverse with Tomek's playing that we now have created together, and we'll premiere that tonight. So he's in the metaverse with me. What we'd like to do is let you put on some headsets and try this a little bit. Let me just show you a few more tiny features of the program, and then or even have Strong Bear tell you a few things about it. I'm going to stop casting for a second, Strong Bear, and well, all of you, do you see these objects with little candy cane stripes? So that means it's a audio processing object. And so it's doing something to my voice. Right? And I can delete them or play them. This Alves Looper is a pretty nice C-Sound object. Hello, hello. Ooh. Okay, so let me give you a tiny little overview of the program for a second. Strong Bear, do you want to say anything about the software?
Yeah.
Let me come back
I
to
like
you.
this version.
Here you go.
Yeah, I like this Stanford version. Yeah.
Yeah, the piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice version of the piece. Yeah, we worked hard to. That's the first time Strong Bear played the shorter version of it. But yeah, it's nice. Well, I couldn't move around. You'll have to forgive me. But with more space, I can walk and move objects. And right now, you keep seeing the walls appear because I'm kind of in a little bit of a cage. But you can also just play sitting down and all that too. Strong Bear, do you want to show them the samplers, or do I have to show them the samplers?
Let me try. So, sample. Let's do a quick test. Let's see.
You're a little bit distorting. I don't know if your mic is loud coming in here, but...
Zoom has been breaking up just like that since we started. So, I don't know if you can still hear me clearly.
We hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still working.
Oh, there it is. See the sampler here? Okay.
So I bring up a sampler for you. Maybe you will.
We're hearing it. We're hearing it.
Cast it. Yeah, exactly. Can you change to casting?
Oh, I got to go to casting. Hold on. Sorry, Strong Bear. Let's go back to here. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're casting. Bring up the object. There's a sampler, and hang on. I'm going to. Let me move. Okay. Here's a sampler. Let me change the world. I'm going to go out of pass-through, and I'm going to just go to Boston. Okay. So here we are in Boston, where Strong Bear and I met. And there's your sampler. He brought it up. It's actually Tomek's playing.
And then we could connect a sampler to like an effect, and then do some processing and mixing to keep it dry and then wet.
So he's doing a wet-dry mix.
It could like change more effect to it.
I'll hit it.
Yeah.
So the sampler is playing a shimmer reverb effect right here. And
Then
you're,
it's gonna go through it the way I'm feeling too much. Yeah. And then we can visualize the effect.
I'll hit it again. I think you're hearing it move around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I of course can record samples. I can record samples too. So if I have this sampler here. Oh, you know what happened?
Are you still in the
Hold
movement,
on.
like in the composition?
Okay. Give me a second.
Look like
Stop. So the outtakes. I had went through several versions of the composition. Oh, time out. Here's how you compose in the metaverse. We have a timeline. You see this timeline circling around me? And so in the timeline, you can put, we've got like essentially 4 tracks. It's like a little 4-track cassette recorder. So in the timeline, you have essentially 4 tracks of audio, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 track of video images that you can put in the timeline when composing. So Strong Bear, why don't you add, give me a couple of worlds that I can drop in the timeline. Let's collaborate on a composition right now. So put a couple of worlds. Can you do it? Can you put a couple of worlds in the timeline for me?
so my left hand controller is frozen.
Oh, okay. I see that. So I'll do it. I'm going to put in the timeline a red castle. Here it is. I'm going to drop it on the time grid to have it appear here. Okay? So we'll start with a red castle. Then I'm going to pick another world. Maybe I'm going to pick some sci-fi world. Okay, so I'm going to put sci-fi world 10 seconds later in the timeline. Okay? Now, what I might like to happen is I could then put a movement in the timeline. So let's go to a movement. And I'm going to put Mateo's jam in the timeline. So Mateo has this nice little jam. I see you're adding some things too. Good. Okay. So we're collaborating on the piece right now. We're both painting together, if you will, right? What about adding a few more movements? I want to add... I'll add 4 + 1 world, okay? Right up here. Okay, so what's going to happen now is I'm going to start the timeline. Okay, that's enough worlds. Put some sound in there. And don't show up all of our jazz clubs. Okay, it's okay. I'll put it in. So basically what's happening is we're laying out the cinema on the bottom row, and then we're able to multi-track. We need to put some more audio in there. Oh, Sam's jams will be good. So Sam was one of my Berkeley students who did some kind of groovy thing. Okay, so I'm going to start the piece from the beginning, right? I have a rewind, play, etc. So I'm going to start this piece. So it starts in pass-through mode, and then it now, a few seconds later, goes to the red castle, which is coming. Where's red castle? There it is. We're now in the red castle, and this audio has come up in front of me, which I can play. Right? And then a few seconds later, we're going to shift to this sci-fi world. Right? Some more objects have appeared from the top track. And now we're in sci-fi world. More objects have appeared. I can put silences to have objects fade out. I can put objects in the timeline that will fade out the previous objects in a track. Uh-oh. That's Sam's jams, I think, has killed us. Hold on. What do you think? What happened? Let's get rid of that. Let's stop. Let's rewind. You get my point a little bit, though? How I can build by having movements that I create. And how did I make a movement? I made a movement by saying, let's populate a scene, if you will, with a bunch of different sound objects, and then let's save it as a movement. Oh, it's started again. This time without Sam's Jam, so we won't get killed. You're breaking up, Strong Bear. Oh, Sam's Jam is still in there. That'll beat us up. Let's start again. Boom. Do you see how you would compose? Okay, let's get rid of the compositions. We have all kinds of things about performance. I'll leave it so you can read it. Hang on. Oh. Let's stop. No. Now. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to just show you a few more features so you can see how to play. Then I'm going to put the headsets on you. What time is it? Someone forgot to...
45, I think. 46.
Quarter to one.
Okay. Thank you. Because I want to put headsets on you and I want you to try it. To be in the worlds are totally different than just looking at them on the screen. It's amazing. So now, look at my menu here. So in setup, I can go into jam mode or concert mode. I can decide whether I want to see instrument names or people's names or object names. I can limit the jams to allow people not to create randomly so many objects, to control the improvisation, let's say. I got my timeline if I want to show it or hide it. I've got shortcut keys that are appearing in front of me, cheat sheets, that tell me, hey, point at this, do this, or I can tell the shortcut keys to go away. Notice the green on my stick here? Well, I can actually adjust the volume as the host, see it getting smaller, of the whole mix while we play. So when I'm running as host, I can control the overall volume. I showed you that I can map all the controllers to my hands. I can change the size of my mallet heads. And when the size is different, the effect on how you're shaping an orb is more dramatic. So I can also make the drum head sizes larger or smaller. With my hand controls, I can do shortcuts like just bring up an object by holding X and Y, and it'll bring up an object. I'm going to quit and start again. It's working, but... Okay, I've quit. I'm starting again. So, let's launch the metaverse. Good. Go. And of course it matters having a good high-speed internet to get all the sounds in and out. We're using a router now and a direct line. We've got about 500 up and down with my router, if I am connecting to that router. I've come in, everyone's mallets are a different color, so you know who's playing, who you're playing with. As I said, you can join from anywhere in the world. We premiered a piece in Vienna. Strong Bear was on stage with us from Ohio. I was a keynote at the International Computer Music Conference this year. Tyler was playing with us from London. So all of that is happening all the time. Strong Bear just joined again. He's over there behind, waving at you from over there, as you see. I can instantly go from pass-through mode back into a world. Okay? I can bring up, an orb, or I can randomly, or... Where is he? Okay, so we need the volume turned up again on this mixer, please. I don't know who was adjusting it for me. Turn it up. And Strong Bear, just turn your volume down. So, thank you. Right? And I can add a live random effect object and randomly change he doesn't seem to want to change. Let's just bring up another ring mod. Here we go. So but I'd rather just talk into it. Hello. So it's doing live processing of my voice or headset or anyone who's playing into any of the effects. Or we can connect, you see the pink orb, little mini orb here will connect to any effect. Changing an orb to a wanderer is with, again, a short control, and then the orbs can fly around. You connect with patch cords. When I point both of my sticks at an object, it connects patch cords, and that maps all those other controls on there. When I hold down the X button, it brings up the kind of sub-menus, and I found that when I was playing concerts with my students and improvising, I'd get to a beautiful soft section of my piece and someone was playing and all of a sudden they'd throw in some kind of thunder sound or get crazy, ruining the piece. So you see these little locks here? So we added a feature where you could lock the volume or lock even the controls. And so I could set an orb with a specific volume and then lock it, so then you can't make it louder or softer. And so, and you make things louder or softer by connecting both grips and stretching the object out or shrinking the object down, right? Or you potentially make it louder or softer. Strong Bear's doing a lot of, you see the control with the patch cords. So you have more control of the sound with patch cords. The other advantage of patch cords is this. I brought up this object. Let's see if it works. Not really. Let me bring up another. Okay, there you go. So here's a little bit of Brahms' Lullaby. Right? You heard it getting louder as I stretched it, or softer. Right. Now, I can turn this into a wanderer, but when it's wandering, I can't hit it. But if I connect a patch cord to it, we've set most of those up so that the A button will re-trigger them when they're connected with a patch cord. So I like that. Sorry, but I like that feature that I can connect patch cords with objects and then trigger them when they're flying all over the place.
And how many of them you can like trigger at once, or only two?
Unlimited.
Unlimited, right?
Just connect patch cords to everything. And so we've had, yeah. So when Tyler improvises with me, he creates a lot of effects and loves connecting effects. And I didn't realize why he was doing that, because I didn't memorize the shortcut for creating effects, because I didn't read the menu. It says create live effects, X and B. So all of a sudden, I kept wondering why Tyler kept bringing up effects all the time. And so I'm always creating orbs, because X and Y was one of the first features we added. So I always make orbs and do something. But with X and B, you can add an effect very quickly and connect, you know, and now I've got pitch shift and so there's all kinds of cool things you can do. Okay, so what I want to do is stop now and put headsets on all of you, okay? So you can try to jam with me. So let's get rid of all this and quit. And let me know what time it is, please.
1 o'clock, almost.
So I have 25 minutes left to this lecture, I believe. My lecture goes to 1:30, which is perfect, because that allows...
It's up to you, because we have altogether 3 hours. So
I know, but no, Matteo has a beautiful lecture planned. And so, but we have 30 minutes now to try some headsets. You're going to have to put them on them and set them up and make sure they're working and then pass them out. What happened to Matteo? Is he still here?
I'm here. Are you going to be the host?
I'm going to be the host.
Okay. I just want to set this one up and...
Excellent. Pass it on.
Yep.
Sounds good. Thank you. That's what I was hoping. So my assistants will now assist and put headsets on you so that you can join. What I want to remind you of is in front of you will be the menus. And so you can actually look and say, oh, what do I push? And like anything, I remember when my son Adrian let me play some computer game for the first time, like Halo or something. I couldn't even get the robot out the door. You know, I was like, what are you... So, and even now I'm still sometimes learning the controls or pushing whatever. So it is, so, you know, but I can limit our jamming, and that's why we added that feature. You can only create 5 orbs, or you can, because I found that I started, well, 2 things happened that was really fun. One with my wife Colette, who's here, and one with my students was the same effect. So I have all these worlds that I've created where you're on top of mountains or on top of skyscrapers. And I had a group of like 12-year-olds at a high school workshop, and I had 12 headsets, and I put them on, and they're all playing, and they're screaming. And I'm saying, they love this thing. They love it. I have never had such a good response. Like, ah, ah! And I'm just, wow. And I didn't realize they were afraid of heights. And they were like freaking out because it was like, ah, I'm on top of a mountain. So, and it happened to Colette. I was so excited about the software. I put it on Colette and I said, Colette, try this. And all of a sudden she was like, oh no. And I had to like hold her from behind, like, okay, hon, hold on. I'm right here. Just hit the balloon. And so you don't realize if you haven't been playing this forever. So even all of you, I like to train students now, like saying, sit down. And let's put this headset on you while you're sitting, because, you know, you're not used to standing up in the clouds and looking down, and that it can be very frightening. So I'm going to put my headset on, and then we're going to add some players. Okay? So I'm in. Strong Bear, it's still connected if you're still connecting. The only thing that's breaking... Okay, let me start. As Matteo was waiting for me, I'm now going to become the host. Those of you, like I said, if you have Quest 3s, it runs on Quest 2, you'll be able to join our Discord channel, download our software, install it on your Quests. I'm leaving one here that'll be fully installed. You know, we're absolutely wanting to share this with the world. So we want you all to be able to play with it and you know, just enjoy playing with C-Sound. I'm running now. So it looks like Matteo or someone has joined.
I just joined. So who would like to try?
I want to. It's not a surprise, but I want
Come
to.
sit right there.
You want to try it?
Okay, let's try.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And there's another one. You,
Yeah, you
All right,
can
wait
do
a second.
This will be right.
This is the
and we'll start in just pass-through mode. I brought up this
When you're
fire
there,
object.
look at the instructions
Okay,
on the
hold
right.
on. Let me see if I can bring another. It's breaking up, and I'm not sure why.
Could be the cable.
No, I'm the audio. Hold on. Yeah, we're not getting it.
Do we have more?
Yeah, here's another one if someone wants to try.
Let's put us in a world. So what do you think of the world? Look around for a second.
This is your right hand.
Big difference, right? That window over there, please.
Yeah.
You could open the window. It's getting
Excuse
really
me.
hot.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'll come out.
Okay, I'm going to quit and start again.
Oh, wait.
Ah, thank you for the fresh air. I'm going to quit and start again, everyone. So just, you'll join in a minute. It's weird I'm not getting a clean sound. Let me go to nothing pass again for a second. Okay. And let's go to one of the Krakow jams. Yeah, it's freezing. So let me check if I'm
I
on the
noticed
right.
you have distortion even on the UI that is outside of the app. Like
It
this.
looks like my headset's about to run out of power.
Yeah.
That could be the problem. I'm
Oh,
on the
this
right
one's already
network.
in. Who wants the next one?
Okay, hang on.
Who's ready?
Yes, yes.
You? Yes, excellent.
Okay. Thank you, Matteo. I'm going to resume.
Is that good? Okay, left and right. Okay.
Okay, let me set it up.
He's gonna open the world.
Okay. Let's pick a movie. Okay, here's one of the Krakow jams. I've got a kick drum going.
Who wants to try another headset?
Let me give you an object.
Over here. Sorry,
Now, let me show you. If an object is gray, it's silent. You got to stretch it. You grip.
Thank you.
You grip with the two grips, and you stretch it out to hear the volume, to increase the volume. There you go. You strike it. You grab it and move it towards you, or push it away with the joysticks. No sound unless it's not silver. Turn the volume down on the mixers.
It's a lot of orb. Okay, you got it.
You notice we're in a forest. No sound if it's silver. You gotta stretch them to hear them. Good, that's you. That's you. Yeah. And again, you want it louder. You use the two grips. Yeah. Or softer. Right? Yeah. Exactly. Whoa, someone brought up a bunch of objects. Now, you're creating objects by pushing X and Y, but you can't hear them unless you stretch them. And if an object has these little stripes on it, that's a sound effect or an effect object, which is dangerous. So when we stretch them, you can play them.
But I think stretching doesn't work for me, or I do it wrong.
You're doing something wrong. Either one of your sticks looks like it's dead. There you go. No, there you go. Okay. So, strike. Okay. It's hard when everyone's playing. Let me go to another movement. Okay, let's start again. Okay. So, crazy, but let's get some control here. Now, let's look at the people who are holding sticks. You'll have different colors. You notice how that head is large and that head is small?
Yes, I did it
okay,
on purpose.
So, on purpose, right. So you notice that you can change the size, and that's good, by holding the like X, and you can use the joystick to make the right stick really fat or small. And if you hold A and use the other joystick, you can make that stick fat or small. And again, about a medium size gives it a good kind of control to hit. Now, we've got nothing past. Each of you could create an object and put it in front of you. With X and Y, watch, I'll do X, Y, boom, object appears. I stretch it, nothing yet, until I strike it, right? And even then, maybe nothing. There it is, breaking up. I almost want to restart the program. Shouldn't I just restart? What do you think, Tyler?
You could give it a try, but then we're going to reconnect all the headsets.
I know, you're going to just have them join. You don't have to reconnect, but they just join. It should. Let me try a different sound than that one. Hold on, let's bring up this. Fire, not very good. See, they're all sounding.
Is it coming from his Zoom? Is it coming from StrongBear?
Could it be Strong Bear doing it? I don't think so. Oh, I think we're just breaking
Yeah,
up.
you're just breaking up.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm quitting. So I'm going to hit the right menu, and I'm going to say quit. And it could very well be, and we'll start again. Quit. Boom. Gone. Okay. Let's launch.
You want to give me
Hold on, listen. It's still sounding pretty distorted.
I see like host server. You can
Okay, you know how to do it.
you can tell
Wait.
me.
You'll be client once you
You're
start.
going to be client.
Right.
You
So I
join
push
as
a
client.
You trigger.
trigger. So trigger is
Strong
this
beer,
one.
don't talk. You're breaking up. Uh-oh. I'm running out of battery here, gang. Wow. And I've got this thing charging, the cable.
You have it?
Well, I know what I've done wrong. Okay, so let's try again. I'm bringing up a sound. Sand. Good. It's clean. Make it louder. I'll pass it to each of you to play. Ready? Play that sound. Pass it on to someone. Good. Grip? No, you grip it. Wait, you can hand it over, but you can also use your joystick to send it anywhere in the room. Look, I'm holding it and sending it all over the place. I've sent it to you. Right? Okay, I'll bring another sound up. Here we go. This is sine cloud. This nice little bell instrument. All right? I'll bring another sound up. Here. Rising beeps. For you. Fire. I don't like that. Sounds a little cleaner, right? Here's some chords. You still have it? There you go. So you see what we're doing, right? I'll put a world up for us again now. Now we're on top of the mountains. As you see, this could scare someone looking down. Right? It's like, oh no! These chords are nice, right? Here, slow blips. Now, I'll bring up a sampler. Oh, you know what I'll play for you? I've got this little, I think, composition demo. It's called Whale Songs. Check this out, everyone. So here's a kind of timeline demo with samples. So it's coming. By the way, in our timeline, you can put title cards above the top. I'm doing a gig with my pet whale, so it hasn't started the piece yet, but it's coming. You'll see. So here come the samples. So, woo. So here's whale samples. Woo. Uh-oh. Come on, you. And I've got a little folk guitar playing. Woo. So the sampler, you have to strike the cube to get it to trigger the sample. And you've got to learn how to pull an object to you, right? You point at it and grip it and drag it with the joystick or move it around. When you're playing an object that has spirals on it, that object is a effect. Oh, fire came up again. Here, sprinkles. Sprinkles for you. And here's a slow kick. Ah, kick drum is pretty good. We'll let it play. Now, maybe it would be nice if our whale had a pitch shift on it. But you get the idea, right? Okay. Do you want to let someone else try the headsets?
Okay.
Here's Blue.
Thank you.
Someone is stepping on me. That would be Strong Bear. Strong Bear, you need to move.
No, jak się to ma, to jest mega płynne.
Can we make it
Smaller? Nie. No wiesz co, to jest dużo tych kontrolsów, rodzaj pałeczki, przesuwanie obiektów i tak dalej.
It's like falling down on my
Here's
face.
Jam 11.
Ale myślę, że w grach to jest dużo prostsze.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
So here's this generative piece with bells. It's just playing. We'll let it go. Create an object. Here, I'll give you this one. High chords. Play it. There you go. Good. And strike it. So you're doing volume, and when you strike, it'll start to play it. I'll give you another object. Here's violet. Fasten up.
I don't think this works.
There you go. Strike it.
Okay, you're back.
Someone is stepping on me. That would be you.
Do you see it?
Sign cloud. Here, back to you. There's Strong Bear. Hi, Strong Bear.
It crashed.
Who else needs an object to play?
Sometimes when it gets too busy, it's hard to go.
Here's Rust. Pretty good one.
Okay, now you're in for sure.
No.
Here. Here. Rust is good. Here. Rust.
Okay. Good.
Teal. Pretty good.
Is it working for you? Yes.
Yeah? This doesn't work.
It doesn't work, so that one. Okay, let me fix this one. Okay, it crashed.
Is it meta VR crashing?
Yeah, the thing is, it's very busy right now. There's a lot of things happening in it. Some things that's why it's happening. I'm gonna try to read them.
Is it like you're running C-Sound inside Meta, or is Meta used for controlling C-Sound?
It's inside.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
We're running
in
multiple
Unity.
copies of C-Sound. Every instrument is another complete copy of C-Sound. So that's 20 copies of C-Sound inside Unity.
But also, I don't remember C-Sound having issues with like sound processing and so on. So like this is Meta being clunky.
The issues that we're having now are only because of your internet. I'm run big jams and small jams. I don't know. I find maybe 11 or 12 players is probably the most that it can handle. But it depends on how many things I put out. Someone
close
else
it right
could
now?
wear host.
Do you want to try that one?
Yeah, it's fine. I have questions. Like
Yeah, I know. So let's answer some questions. Let's see. It is 1:13. So I have 15 more minutes that I'm going to be talking. Let's answer questions. I need someone else to be host.
I have a few questions, I think.
And I'll answer some questions now. Okay. And you can play, and I'll control the volume. Okay.
I have a few questions.
Yes. Okay. Let's stop, and I'm going to summarize first, and then we'll answer questions. Okay. So here we go. And then you can play in a minute. So, this is all made in Unity. There's a version of C-Sound called C-Sound Unity. And it hosts the whole C-Sound language. Strong Bear has expanded on this immensely to make it support all kinds of features and build the app that allows me, like I said, to do sound design and composition. Inside CsoundMeta are already 200 instruments or sound objects and probably 100, maybe more classic pieces. All of them run simultaneously. John Chowning's music runs in there, Stockhausen's music runs in there. Everyone runs in as a version of C-Sound, and they come up as an object that you can jam with or play with. You saw a minute the menu where I can change all of the attributes of the sound while it's playing. Hopefully, Matteo, you're just being a host.
Yeah, but you're dying.
My battery went out?
Yeah.
Well, then we'll have to stop for now. there's no way of charging it more unless you plug in the charging cable.
Unless we stop
We
casting
have
and we just do the jams without projecting the screen.
So I'm going to go back to, we're going to end our session. I want to just end with Strong Bear. We'll answer a few more questions. So we're done jamming for now. I'm sorry. Our time is limited. I hope you'll come to the concert tonight. We'll throw these on you. You can jam a little with us at the end of the concert.
Okay.
The last piece is a long jam. Strong Bear, uh-oh, are you still here? What happened to you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hold on, there you are. You're back. Okay, tell us, so we're gonna answer some questions, and I'm summarizing a little bit. We have a Discord channel that you can come on to find out about CsoundMeta. Strong Bear and I have done a lot of demos and a lot of live things there showing you how to use it, how to play with it, how to install it. Let's answer some questions. We'll start there, and then I'll try to add some final concluding remarks.
I have like
Questions?
Few questions. All right.
Yes, thank you. I would like to start saying like I'm very casual but also very enthusiastic about like things you are doing. Like first time I've heard about CSUN was like 20 years ago, and how it developed is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, thank you.
Very, very impressive. And my question is regarding the performance, because it seems like this setup works quite well with like atmospheric ambient things. If I wanted to play like jazz or math rock in it, does this latency allows it, or is it not
My
yet there?
library right now, we're starting to expand the library. There's other things that are going on that we're not releasing yet, but we will shortly at NeurIPS. I've designed these sounds. They grew out of trap. They grew out of my early pieces, so it started there. Most of the sound objects that I've created have slow attacks. There's a whole library of things that are very percussive. When we play the Tummock piece tonight, you'll see that I'm striking sounds instantly. So the latency comes now only, and we're working on it with Meta, and Strong Bear I know is working on it. There's latency with the live processing. So Philip and I were going to do a piece, we were premiering a piece, we started working on it for cello in the metaverse. And it was like, well, he would play, now I could have faked it and covered it. There's a lot I could have done artistically and aesthetically to make it so that he could have been jamming and I'm capturing him and later we're processing, no problem. But if you play,
Not yet.
there's a bit of latency, and that's meta. But in terms of latency for striking objects, no problem at all. Instant, whatever you want. Depends on the sound I've designed. So there's not an issue there. And there's not usually an issue. There is, I had 27 minutes to set up the internet.
Sure. And if you compare it, just to follow up, if you compare it with the Unity version, is there a difference regarding performance?
Did we find, Strong Bear, do you find any issue with Unity? Like different versions of Unity being faster or slower?
No, I mean between Meta and Unity. Is
Like
there
building or using it like on Unity while you're connected with the cable. But there shouldn't be any difference.
No, there's none.
Okay, thank you.
There's none.
What's the question?
Well, it's more about have we noticed any difference with different, whether we're the only reason we're connecting, it has to do with the CsoundMeta sharing capabilities. And so we did find that you can share wirelessly now. It's pretty cool. So I've done that. But there can be a lot of lag that way. And so I usually connect with a wire. I believe it or not, I made the mistake at the ICMC keynote address that I gave, where I decided, because that night before we were rehearsing till, as you always do, 4 a.m. or whatever, and it was so cool not having the wire, I decided, let me just walk around the stage. And so it was nice, but it kept like breaking up because I wasn't connected with the wire. So now tonight you'll see I often, wire up when I want to project. But when I just want to play with people, those of you who put the headsets on did see that, oh, it's so amazingly different in the world. So to watch a movie of it here rather than be in under the stars or in those spaces, it's quite remarkable. So it's so different. It's so different. So
we're trying to like copy like kind of like the virtual world.
Yeah.
So you know, like the real world is copy. So it's like that's why I don't think so. It's so different. It's like because we have this latency and like we can create beautiful like imaginary landscape.
Yeah.
But still we're trying to follow the nature somehow.
Yeah. We're right now not walking. We're right now not co-locating in the world, but we will be. And we're working on that so you can walk around in the landscape, as well as throw the objects.
But it doesn't imitate, like, it has made up physics, for instance, right? Like you're throwing things around, like if gravity was different.
But still, it's based on.
Right.
I mean, like,
but
I mean, not like want to like argue with you because it's like amazing and I absolutely understand how it's like work and how we want to cross this line somehow. But still, for me, I prefer AR. So like we have like this preview of the exactly. So it's like for me it's more. I feel it's better. I think
you like passing through, expanded, XR,
yeah.
We're happy you can do both, and we haven't yet. I haven't yet built any worlds that combine. You know what I mean? Like you can do in some of the games now. We haven't done that. We should do that, Strong Bear, though, right? We've talked about it. You know, making like
do what?
Making hybrid worlds. So it's XR where part of the world is simulated, but part of it is your living room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
right now, I'm just using full skyboxes. I'm working with Blockade Labs, and so
so actually we have like partial kind of mix because in virtual reality, I mean like in the world, when you move, you like you could still other people moving and their shadow in there.
Yeah. So there's something of that.
So you see people in the virtual world, like actual people in the virtual world. Like if you notice when you jam with each other.
Yeah, you saw their shadows appearing. We actually did avatars at one point, and I went to MIT. They did a full body scan of me, but I was about 40 pounds heavier than this, so that's not in there. And so, but it was quite a nice scanning technology they had. I must say, they had hundreds of cameras, and it was beautiful. But so. Strong Bear does have our full body scans, but and we did do something with avatars. We're working on that too, so that you really could see the person or not see the person. I like the ghosting a little bit, but we're still working on how we want it to feel. I'm not trying to make an app. I'm not trying to make a game. I'm not. But we are a little bit, you know, we are thinking of that. And we have introduced AI into the whole system now. It's coming. It's a big announcement.
Why you choose exactly Meta, like the headset of Meta by Meta, or not like Apple Vision Pro or something like that?
Strong Bear, why do we like the Meta? Why do you like the Meta headsets? You bought every other one too. You use the Apple one and.
Yeah, like because among all the headsets. The Meta now has better functionality. Like for example, like it has a controller which is better than the Vision Pro. Because the Vision Pro you only control by looking at something and use your hand. So it's not quick enough for us to do multiple things like to make music. Those are more for like consumer who like to watching like video. I mean like more for consumer rather than creator. And the Meta headset is more affordable. More people using it. So is a market leader right now. And I use multiple versions of the Quest, like Quest 2, Quest 3, Quest Pro. So like I like the Quest Pro the most because it's better balanced Like it's not heavy on your head, it's not front heavy, not back heavy, just balanced. And I can see, so I can work with the Quest Pro. Like while I do the development, I just put the headset on and use it like my desktop. So it's pretty convenient.
He wears the Quest Pro like all day long when coding. He just keeps it on. And so I like the Quest 3s a ton. I've had the 2s, the 3s. The 3S is nice, more affordable. But a lot of people, because 3S came out, are selling used Quest 3s for like less than 3Ss. And the 3 is beautiful. The vision in there, I love them. I can't wait till it's just glasses. But I don't want to wait till it's just glasses. And I don't want those $5,000 pair of glasses yet. So, although, honey, can we get the maybe class pressure with Pressure Colette to get me the Christmas?
It's soon.
Yeah, no, we've loved what's possible in the 3, and I like them. There's no issue with dizziness like in the 2s, and so I'm happy there. But yeah, there's a lot of competing products. I guess, what was it, Samsung that just came out with a new one too that you were telling me about?
Yeah, Samsung XR 1800.
Still too much money instead of 500 or 400, and even 5 is too much. But the 3Ss are like 3, and so pretty nice. So I'm loving it, and yeah, I mean I have a whole repertoire, a whole bunch of them, so that I can play quartets and quintets and things like that. So
right, what is what I want to find out in this? What is like the bottom line? I mean, like where the computing is going on? It's going on the laptop still?
No, there's nothing in the laptop.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Thank
it's only
you.
on the.
Isn't that amazing? For me, it's quite amazing that it's just in the headset. It's just C-Sound running so well in there. No, the only reason I'm using this laptop is to screen share.
I'm asking only because there is still some kind of latency, especially when we want to combine the live electronics. Because my idea,
forget
that was
it.
like the my dream kind of like
course,
in this is like you have like, for example, orchestra, so we can create some AR instrument which can we play, but we need to minimize the latency as much as possible when we for example, I don't know, like we can process FX by our hand, so we can like some kind of drummer who like
in the last 2 minutes. Strong Bear, would you please tell them about Effortless for a second? So the question has to do with, there's a student here who wants to do live playing with electronics in VR. And so I want you to know this. I'm going to set the story up just a minute. When I met Strong Bear, he has a complete version of Ableton Live that he has written in the Quest. And it uses OSC to allow for live. And so I took him off the project, kind of. I said, what about putting C-Sound in there? And what about going here? So, but that exists, and we're working on it now, called Effortless. And so, Strong Bear, would you at least explain where your real motivation for this project came? It's exactly like yours. Strong Bear is a guitarist, drummer, keyboardist. He wanted to make something that would allow the two worlds to come together, and he has. We have it. We're showing it at NeurIPS in San Diego on December 7th. I'm not showing it here today because it actually has some incredible new features that we don't want to announce until then. But Strong Bear, tell them at least your motivation and what Effortless is, and that it still exists. And in fact, there's a secret button combination that brings you into that, even in what we have now. But Strong Bear, tell them about Effortless.
Yeah, of course. So you have just experienced CsoundMeta, and like Effortless is like an extended version of CsoundMeta. So it has the CsoundMeta features, like, but you could have other features, like for example, like integrating with your existing workflow, like Ableton Live, and then you could play like traditional type of music, like music on grid.
Has clip
Yeah.
launchers, the whole bit. Mixer, fader channels, other controllers, and he uses OSC to sync with live players. So we have that.
And in the like for your concern about latency in the local environment where you have a router, a good router, then the latency is minimum and not noticeable.
So part of this latency you might even be experienced today is because I definitely wanted Strong Bear to be able to play with us. For me, that's the more exciting thing. I can't wait to be able to play with Marek concerts from Boston or around the world and us play together. The exciting thing when we premiered the piece in Vienna was to have Strong Bear and others playing, or even at ICMC, from anywhere in the world, and to be able to jam with them. What you saw at the beginning was I'm able to hand him a sound and him play it and us work on it together. Then we were composing together for a minute. I'm not sure I loved what we were composing, you know what I mean? So, but cool, let's just, wow, boom. But, so there's all kinds of neat things that I've been having fun with. Yes, I don't know, personally, just to end, and I maybe hope it doesn't happen, I don't know if my dreams have ever come true. Because then I would have no reason to create, no reason to keep making friends, to keep saying, hey, we should try that. So, you know, I'm happy with where it is. I'm imagining more that it could do, just like you are.
I'm younger, so that's why I'm
No,
chasing these
no,
rabbits.
and we all are, and we all are, you know. But that's so. I'm loving what this is. I'm loving how in 1979, when I wrote Trapped in the MIT Media Lab and waited 4 days to hear wah come out, and imagine though, all those sounds I was creating, I always thought they needed that. And now you see that in every Marvel movie you've ever seen, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's a sound designer now, right? But, you know, the fact that I can play my sounds and move them and touch them and share them in this way, that people can just use C-Sound without having to take my class, just play with it. You know, and even the sounds are there for you to manipulate, and you want to look at the C-Sound, it's there. But no, so we're adding more capabilities. We're adding that you can drop your own samples in, drop your own worlds in, take snapshots, and now that's your VR, create XR environments. So there's a list. Strong Bear, I want to end by asking you, how long is the list of things I've asked for?
We have a long list, like couple of hundred items.
And I haven't thought of all of yours either. So now we've added 2 more big ones. Thank you very much. Thank you for this. Thank you.
Probably enough to walk on it until the end of our life.
Yes, to the end of our life, we'll be working anyway. Thank you, Strong Bear.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
So,
Bye.
bye-bye. So I want to stop and respect the time of my colleague, Matteo, and we'll take a short break, 5 minutes while he sets up.
10 would be good. I also want some coffee.
Yeah, you can leave and come right back, or just take a short break. We'll get some fresh air in here. And thank you all very much.
Thank you. We're still around, so if anybody of you is still free, more or less, then you can stay, and you can leave at any moment. Jest jego tutaj współpracownik Mateo, który będzie mówił o niesamowitym zupełnie jego produkcie język SATI, sztucznej inteligencji, do integracji human naprawdę na wyższym poziomie. I on teraz będzie o SATI, czyli
See you tonight, I hope.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you.
Musimy zrobić coś takiego.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your questions too and challenges. No, it's good because
Trzeba inaczej rozwiązać. A nie, ja mam takiego jednego programistę, też jest po drugiej stronie świata, po drugiej. Może stamtąd. To wszystko da się
now it's like even now, CsoundMeta, there's a whole version that just runs on the web, no installation, and
affordable, dokładnie, też, nie? Że nagle jesteśmy w stanie kupić coś tańszego, który nie ma tak dobrego komputera i takiej ilości pamięci, więc jak dokładnie, ale jeśli przerzucamy, inaczej to się zaczyna zachowywać.
Po prostu taki super. Nie zauważali dokładnie. Ale to jest nie liczby tutaj, bo konkretnie, dlatego że ona zawsze tylko po prostu czasami jest 3 sample, czasami jest 3 milisekundy, a czasami jest między 300 a 3 sekundy.
No, ale to dobrze. Cały czas coś leci do przodu. Nie ma co się oddać. Jak się przepadło, to nie ma znaczenia. Bo nie mamy siły korzystać z różnych nagrań, z różnych transmisji. So now we head over and we think about our rehearsal with the quartet. And we've already set up the rehearsal. Perfect, because at 2:30 we'll be on the keyboard.
Przez 4 godziny.
To pomogło.
On the way, or even there, or whatever. Absolutely.
Utrzymałem tam Augustyniaka tylko dzięki temu, że miał coś pić i co
No bo i to jest coś innego niż ci ludzie, którzy przychodzą na wernisaże, żeby napić się wina, to zupełnie inna sytuacja i to jest też, to nie było też zakończenie festiwalu. Tak nie była.
That's right. Yes.
Nagle w środku
Puszczamy żarcie. Thank you. Good point. I forgot to make that point. If I wait, I can go. Well, I had a colleague. I must say, you reminded me of him now. He retired a long time ago. But it was so annoying because he always was so proud that he found what was wrong with everything. You know, the thing is, that joystick is so, and it was like, he never did anything because his whole pride was, you know what's wrong with that mixer is the...
6,5 godziny, prawda? No trochę się wygłupiam, ja żongluję. To jest ta historia i dalej daje swobodę i wolność, prawda? Tylko ja w ręce mówię, że są takie rzeczy, które uciekają, prawda? I potem jak mówimy, że żałujemy, to ja mówię, że nie ważne, bo to już przepadło. Lecimy dalej do przodu, także dlatego ja mówię o tym dzisiejszym kontekście, bo to jest tylko takie dotknięcie.
Isn't it funny? I know.
Yes.
It's still the baton.
First, I was looking at that,
And he didn't know my baton.
Długie, mocne koncerty.
Why?
and then I thought, oh, yeah, of course, that's your like a signature. So it had to be there. Nothing else. No hands, no sticks, no castles, whatever. That's it.
Kind of thank you. But and he didn't know that I did that, or he didn't know those instruments. But and so it was really just him doing something that would allow you to touch the orb or whatever. But you can do it with your hands even now. But then you don't have all the extra buttons, and so it's like.
What's nice, we do a lot of things in the same time.
Yes.
No bo tam mamy OpenAI, Silicon Valley i tak dalej.
With the hands you have to think, running, movements, sorry, it's not like that.
Right now it's still a little better. Ultimately, we'll be using our hands. But
I really see exactly what I said the first time. So I remember all the same thing. So again, I see the future. So maybe it doesn't work so well now.
Czyli nie ma to jakby, nie ma to sensu trochę też, ale jak musieliśmy wyjść, no tak jak będzie na kolejny rekord. Nie, nie żeby się chwalić.
Nice concept. Because you could do it in this way that it never ends. So you can move, it can go up. What means it's going up? What's the time? What will it mean? So it's just opening some new idea.
Maybe a lot of kids here changing groups. There were a group of students coming from intermedia. Then I have my group, which usually come at 12 o'clock. Then you come in a break. And then I see no faces. Wait a minute, what is the group? Ah, there's a group from Bulgaria. Oh, that's you. Landed.
By the end, they go
It's
into
great,
this.
it's great.
And you know,
And that's really great that you are together, and that's great that you are doing what you are doing, which is always like, well, since I know Mateusz a long time, since I've been to Bulgaria several times, but I was in Bulgaria in 73.
that's right.
It's crucial. Without it,
Slinče Prjak and Varna, finally in Sofia, because we have a plane from Sofia. But it was like another story. Another story. But I explain always that you should come again, and then you know what's going on. First time you are always like, my first visit to California, eucalyptus and all those things, you know, and smell and wow, and the ocean. But then the second time is the right one. Some things are crap.
I just need to put this in my bag, and then we're heading out to the museum and to.
Yeah, that's another story. When this gentleman started, I hugged him here, and I said, "We're a couple, a male couple." We met 5 years ago. Yeah, that was his first visit here. Another location. But yes, he was really changing the studio, which has a very strong reputation, quite long story, because it's 52 years old. But when he came in 1990, he brought a lot of stuff. Nothing contributing. They were going to for a second. He's running. Top US, American mix.
I'll take it down.
Irokeses, and that was my first visit. I actually believe it.
I think the age.
Then he was making very sophisticated getting those experimental, right? So that's
I don't know. I think it's fine. I brought it on my own backpack.
he's one of them, but mostly he's classical. As you know, I have many groups like
beginning of that.
we play paper, experimental paper rock. Paper because it is like a paper. No value in it, but yes, that was the story. We know that it's crap, and we are doing this by purpose, and we enjoy this, you know, to look at the people and show them 2 serious composers like Krzysztof Peter and me going to galleries to different parts playing this kind of stuff. So there was like,
You know, more beautiful. I don't know, something happens musically when
also
you
for
know
us,
a little more.
the story is quite special.
More conscious.
I think we should start. I'm talking that all the time.
Myślę, że możemy przymknąć już. Cośmy mieli wywiać, tośmy wywiali, co mieliśmy wywiać, tośmy wywiali.
To chodzi.
Stop. Yeah, we can just like right now we walk by. Now we need to throw things in that suitcase. My headsets are all in that suitcase. Put them right in there.
This is now a second process. The first one before the lecture.
All of them go in the suitcase.
I'll be back. But
Biedronka wygrywa.
Is that it, Eric?
We're gonna maybe take his, but
What?
he doesn't know.
What? Mateo doesn't mind if we take his quest. If we
Yeah, I
have
know,
it.
but we don't know where his case is.
I don't know if he has a case. I don't think he has a case.
Should we take yours for you?
Ready?
In a minute we'll be ready, but he has a question for you about your
No.
headset.
No, no, it's all good.
He has no case.
Yeah, I didn't have a multiple.
Oh, you didn't have a case?
Yeah. I think you have my case, which is the egg, right?
Maybe.
I think it stayed with you, but I mean, I don't care right now.
You had a case.
Yeah.
I don't know if I still have an egg.
We'll check out later.
Well, I can let you have one of these to take home. Okay. You wait for Mark.
I got the suitcase up there, don't worry.